Some much-needed rain has cooled things off for the Southeast Fire Center. The added precipitation has allowed crews to make good progress on fires burning throughout our region.
So a lot of the fires have received precipitation, dramatically decreasing fire activity. So because of that and the hard work of the crews, a lot of them are, Rock Creek is 100% contained now. As well, the Paulson Pass fire in Big Sheep Creek. So Paulson Pass is 95% contained, Big Sheep Creek is 90% contained. Deer Park Creek is 60% contained, Lynch Creek is 20% contained, and the fire west of Cherry Lake is 50% contained. So that's great news.
While the rain has allowed crews to contain some of these fires, smoke will continue to be visible.
So one thing that we'd like to remind the public is that some of these incidents are quite large, and even though they're 100% contained or 50% contained, and it might look like there's a lot less crew activity on them, you can expect to see smoke coming from these fires until we get a lot of rain, like I'm talking consecutive days of consistent rainfall of 20 mils plus.
By now, Cooney residents are used to seeing the smoke in the air, especially for residents in the Boundary. Greg Rowlands with Respiratory Services for Interior Health says that while the smoke seemed to hang around forever, what we experienced was a short-term event.
So when we have pollution in the air that is we're talking in terms of days or hours or weeks, that's considered short-term exposure. An example of a long-term exposure would be if you were living in close proximity to a really busy highway or a polluting industry and were constantly being exposed to that, then you'd be at risk for the long-term exposures.
Residents with pre-existing conditions should be mindful during increased smoke, as even short exposures for these groups can have lasting effects.
It's particularly harmful to people that are at risk, and that would include people with respiratory or cardiovascular disease, people with diabetes, the young, the old, and people who are pregnant. And for people that have cardiovascular or any of these risk factors, in the short term, it's harmful because it can exacerbate pre-existing lung or heart disease.
To find out what the current air quality reading is, you can go to aqicn.org. If the reading is high, the Interior Health website has a number of tips for the public on how to stay safe. And to learn more, you can go to their website. For Go, I'm Jennifer Waldy.